Welcome back to Naruto anime re-review part 14. Yep, 14. This was discussing episodes 168 to 173. A single standalone episode and one official story arc, which is the Kaima Capture arc, which I'll discuss that in a minute. First, the standalone episode. This one, in case you're curious though, what characters does Naruto team up in this arc? Yeah, it seems like every episode, a lot of the time, for any of the arcs, even standalone episodes, he teams up with random characters. They tend to swap out basically his group. This one he teams up with Choji and Sakura. Episode starts off with Naruto and Choji, where they're coming back from their various missions, and he is coming to Ichiramen to try some ramen. Find the place closed, and they're about to basically like, oh crap, and they're saying, smells ramen. And they kind of sneak in, though, and the owner touches like, you guys really just ramen? Okay, fine. I'll give you... I'll look at that in a minute. Yeah, so, they have some ramen, and they realize, though, of course, they realize that where the heck is his daughter? Admi, and she is missing. She was taken by a former classmate of his to become a cooking ninja. Yes, a cooking ninja. First time they used this concept in the series, which they do bring us back once after this in Shippuden, because the rest of the series, I don't know about featuring I think there might be some minor stuff here and there, but yeah, this is the first time they used the concept of cooking ninjas. Basically, ninjas who cook gourmet foods while on missions, which apparently they kind of disavow them because apparently some ninjas who ate their food put on so much weight they couldn't complete the mission. Okay. So, while eating his ramen, he's like, oh, what's this mystery flavor? And so, Tejiro basically just hires Naruto, Sakura, and Choji to help him make some ramen. Special ramen for him and to get back his daughter, though he teaches them to make the noodles. So, after basically a while, so they brought their kitchen. So he brought basically, he mentioned he brings his whole kitchen, plus with a bunch of combat cooking ninjas. So they're cooking the food before you put the ramen to boil. Basically, it's like, okay, we're cooking ninjas. Basically, we have to figure out who served first. And Choji completely agrees with his reasoning that like whoever comes first basically eats first, and he completely agrees with that. Probably due to the fact that, well, yeah, probably due to the fact he eats himself. So, okay, yeah. So, pretty much, they basically they make the ramen, like, first use over Sengon, then, of course, well, Naruto makes a joke about turning the noodles into Jiraiya. Of course, Sakura gets angry and basically puts the noodles in a bag and have Sakura use her monitoring to beat the crap out of the ramen. And then Choji uses his fingers, uses partial expansion to basically make the ramen basically what it should be. Gets boiled, and of course Naruto, and of course we hear how are we gonna serve it if we get out pretty much right within moments of each other. It's like, okay, Shadow Clone Jutsu, it feeds everybody really quickly. The guy in charge basically missed the feat. Brings out Ami, and she apparently has put on some weight. Despite the fact like, how the heck did that happen? Turns out she really enjoyed the cooking, so she couldn't stop eating. So, it's not a problem. They develop a diet ramen. Yes, a diet ramen, which she's able to slim down, no problem. Apparently, this is like 2 or 3 weeks later. I'm not sure how long this takes place. And Ichiro basically tries it out too, just cuz. And he slimmed down way too much. And also, apparently, like to get in line for this special diet round, you see brief cameos by Anko and Ino. Yes, Anko and Ino make brief cameos. I think even Hanada pops up here. Despite the fact these two are already thin already, and they're always smoking hot. So why would they take this stuff? Of course, Ino's obsessed with dieting. She thinks she's putting on weight. She really doesn't. So, and then we have Ino pop up in the very next arc of the series. So, we have just Sakura and Ino. Of Of course, Ino's gonna visit Ashima in the hospital. He's still in the hospital since the Misuke tracking arc. Like, what? Where the heck has he been? How come he's not been seen? How come Kornai is seen in the hospital, but not Ashima? That makes no freaking sense. So Shino just happens to come out of nowhere. Of course, Naruto runs into Sakura. Well, of course, Naruto gets out of bed. Of course, Shino brings him to, and of course, we see the return of Anko. Yes. Though this arc is her last appearance in the original series. Because after this arc, she is not reappearing again until Shippuden. Yep, she's absent. There's also one other character makes his brief return, and it's only appearance he makes in these anime original episodes. And he disappears for a long time. Oh my gosh, he disappears for a freaking long time. I'll discuss him in a minute. So, their job is to investigate this mysterious sea demon. And of course, when Naruto sees Anko, he's like, "Hey, you're that insane proctor lady for the June exams." She's like, "Yep." Yep, and I thought it was so hilarious, the fact that... And also, Ino refers to her as Anko Sensei. Like, I kind of get the reason why, because she's a Jonin's mission, so of course she's a sensei. But and of course, Naruto never refers to her as sensei. Like, she refers to her as Anko, but never refers to with the suffix of basically calling her sensei, because, well, he already has sensei. His name is Kakashi. He's nowhere to be seen in this. Yeah, so... Yeah, the whole thing with this arc, it's pretty much a big character piece for Anko. And in case you're curious, though, this is the first and only time that Anko goes on a mission with Naruto, because she has probably occasionally in Shippuden, but she had no on-screen interaction with him. Excuse me. So, she's going to this area because apparently she's been there before. And of course, she also reveals in this mission that she was the student of Orochimaru. That could explain the snakes in her arm, which she still has, by the way, in present day, because she showed up in an episode of Boruto where she would show to and she used this very move to take on some bandits. We're after this red bean soup that she loves to eat. So, they basically acquire a boat, and of course, Naruto, of course, around a place called Mother Island, and Naruto runs into this woman with bandages. They run into her later. Yeah, her name is Asambi, and her name means fire. And of course, Anko, about to leave, to go to the island, and he's like, "You wonder where that screwball is?" And then she just happens to pop up right behind him with a kunai to his cheek. I'm like, yeah, she loves to pounce him. I thought that was so hilarious. Yeah, she's probably the only Jonin who doesn't really, let's just say, who really goes along with Naruto what he does. Which, that's interesting compared to other Jonin who basically tells, because Naruto's a genin, basically they tend to treat him like, well, because they have the higher rank, and they tend to disagree with him. But Anko agrees with him no problem, for some reason. Yeah, probably because of their connection to Orochimaru. And of course, her curse mark is acting up. First time since the Chunin exams. Yep, that's the longest been since her curse mark is active, because the rest of the time, sure, she's perfectly fine. Though, in case you're curious, though, her curse mark is finally removed during the events of Shippuden, toward the end of the series. Yeah, I'll get to more, and I want to get to Shippuden. So, and of course, Asami reveal a little bit of her backstory, where she apparently has been ostracized due to her appearance. So, and of course, also apparently Orochimaru was there, though apparently he still got the bandages on him from when he was last seen in the Sasuke Retrieval arc, where he still has got the bluish hair. Yeah, he still has that appearance. And as far as I can tell, I think this might have been his last appearance in the series. I think so, yes. I think this may have been in the original Naruto series. Yeah, I think this was, in fact, his last official appearance in the original series. Because I don't think he appears after this. No, exception to this brief appearance by him, a little bit of a brief cameo by Sasuke, and Kabuto. Well, they appear again. Oh, also, they do have two other people returning this particular this specific original episode, and this is their only appearance they make in the franchise. Who returns? Why, it's Kabuto's teammates from the Chunin exam. Yep, these guys. Which, yeah, they get killed off of this arc. Yep, one who basically can steal chakra, he got killed by Shino, and the guy who can stretch his arms, he got killed by Ino. Yeah, so another set of characters who last appeared in the Chunin exams, and yet they get killed off. Okay. Yeah, that was during the final battle. Yeah, this arc is also known for being the only appearance in the original stuff of the original Naruto anime of Boss Toad. Yep, he pops up during the final episode of this arc, where he takes on the main creature that he was summoned to fight, though he doesn't like saltwater very much. There's also the last time you see Gamakachi and his brother. Yeah, they briefly appear like in the second, third episode of this arc, and then after they disappear, they're never seen again for the rest of the series, because that's the last time they appear. Next time Gamakachi returns is not until the Three-Tailed Beast arc. Boss Toad, not until the Pain arc. Yeah, that's the next time he's seen in the series. So quite a long time. So bye-bye Mr. Toad, so no more Toads pop up in the series. Yeah. And of course, at the end, the guy who was in charge of the thing, yeah, apparently Orochimaru abandoned this place, like, sometimes years, like a little over a decade before prior to events of the series. When Anko was basically about 11 or 12 years old, he basically abandoned this facility. He had no use for it anymore. Just, hey, you can keep this place. I don't want it anymore. So, yeah, despite the fact he briefly appears in flashback and present day, Orochimaru has got zero role in this arc, though his chair. Apparently the guy liked sitting in his chair so much. Yeah, he also lied to his senpai that he was a returner appearance. Yeah, he never had attention to it. He wanted to dissect her. And then, of course, he got socked. He got beat a few times by Anko. Of course, Naruto beats him up too in the arc as well. It's actually a fun arc, and it's a good character moment and good amount of development for Anko, because nothing is done with her after this until she pops up in Shippuden, because, well, that's the thing with this episode. So this episode, with this arc, Anko, no more of her in this series. Gamakachi, his brother, Boss Toad, never seen again in the original Naruto series. Boss Toad, only appearance in filler stuff, because after this, just other missions. Not much to do with Orochimaru, because they kind of toned down, like, stuff involving him, well, background-wise after this arc, because I don't think he ever returns after this. Basically, there's a lot of mini-missions after this that have almost nothing to do with him or Sasuke. Though I think Sasuke is briefly mentioned once after this, but after that, not much. Jiraiya does finally return in the series a couple times, basically. Well, in the next several arcs. Now, in case you're curious, how many original arcs they have left? 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I think it's like 3. I think it's like overall about 9 left. Yep. 9 more to go. Though, here's the thing about the very next arc in this series, which is Buried Gold Excavation Mission. It's only 2 episodes, so expect next to come a little bit soon, though it's only going to be about 4 episodes discussing instead of just basically 6, this one. Yeah. So in case you're curious, though, is there any other arcs that actually have, like, characters who only appear just in the Chunin exam? Do they appear? There's actually one other character who does. I think he pops up a little later after this, but yeah, he is part of the Sound Ninja team. Yeah, he does. He appears once in one of these arcs, and yeah, but it's interesting though that Kabuto's team, like, okay, so after the Chunin exams, they disappeared, and then next time they appear here, and then they get killed off. I get the reason why they killed them off, because, well, they don't appear in the manga after the Chunin exam, so yeah, they're probably dead. So, not surprising there. But don't worry, Ino and Shino will basically pop up again in the series. Don't worry about that. So yeah, that's it for Singular View. Next view, more Naruto. But only discussing 4 episodes time, instead of basically covering 6. Yeah, but in the case of Anko herself, Yeah, she's fully developed here because she basically goes back and goes through her past. She basically reconciles with it, and then she just moves on and does nothing for the rest of the franchise until she does something later on the fourth Ninja War arc. Oh, in case you're curious, though, any person who dies in these emergent episodes, do they come back in during the fourth Ninja War? The answer is no. No, they don't. None of them do come back. Yeah, they're all dead. The ones who die in these emergent stuff, they stay dead. So yeah, until you see the next video with more Naruto. Bye.